Help me, ladies and gentlemen. Help me, boys and girls. Help me, men and women. I have a MIA for Nicholas Joseph Fury. Can someone please help me locate him? MIA. MIA for Nicholas Joseph Fury. Or AK, also known as Nick Fury. But you may be saying, we know who Nick Fury is. He's Samuel L. Jackson. He's the black guy in the Avengers movie. That's what you may be saying, ladies and gentlemen. But I said, no. That's not the Nicholas Fury I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Nicholas Fury who I grew up reading comic book fans in the late 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and early 2000s. I'm looking for that Nicholas Joseph Fury. Better known as the white Nicholas Fury. Where is he? MIA. MIA for the Caucasian Nicholas Joseph Fury. Where is he? Does he exist anymore? Has the Marvel comic universe said, screw him, get rid of him, we're going to make Nick Fury the black guy? Now, the Nick Fury who I grew up with in the 80s, he was cool. He was most affiliated with, as you know, S.H.I.E.L.D. And he had another group called the Howling, I think it was called the Howling Commandos or something like that. The Howling Hondas or Howling Commandos. But if you all know what I'm talking about, fill me in on, I know it's called the Howling Commandos, something like that. Do they even exist anymore? Has the Samuel L. Jackson of Nicholas Fury overridden, obliterated, destroyed the Nicholas Fury who I grew up with? The Nicholas Fury who was pals with Spider-Man. The Nicholas Fury who was pals with the Avengers. The Nicholas Fury who could talk to anyone. But now, Nicholas Fury in the Marvel universe, in the comic books, he's treated like a rock star. The other Nick Fury, who I grew up with, he was just treated as a normal human being who had good fighting styles, who was the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. for decades. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I do have the first book of the Samuel L. Jackson version of the Nick Fury. I have it in the comics called The Ultimates. Yes. The Samuel L. Jackson, Nicholas Fury was birthed, he was born in the Ultimate Comics version of Marvel Universe. And I have it. I religiously guard it. But when I first saw the Samuel L. Jackson, Nicholas Fury, I said, what in the world is going on here? This is not the right Nicholas Fury that I know. This is odd. I had to take some time to get used to him, because the Nicholas Fury, as I stated much earlier, was the Caucasian Nicholas Fury. So, seeing that Samuel L. Jackson Nicholas Fury threw me off. And, in hindsight, the Samuel L. Jackson Nicholas Fury, he was made way before the Avengers came out. But for some reason, even before the Avengers came out, but we don't know what's behind the lines, ladies and gentlemen, because the Avengers movie, it could have been, I know it probably was discussed in the 1980s, the 1990s, the early 2000s, but it just came out, I think, in the last 10 years, that Avengers movie. But even when that the black Nicholas Fury was created, he looked like Samuel L. Jackson. I wonder, did the writers, the artists, and the creators of that Nicholas Fury, do they have a fetish for Samuel L. Jackson? Is he one of their premier movie stars? And I wonder why did Marvel decided to change the ethnic group of Nicholas Fury? Did they feel that the Nicholas Fury that I grew up, who I knew and loved as a child, did they think that Nicholas Fury was not good enough? Did they think that Nicholas Fury, who I knew, who I loved, who I grew up with, did he think he's not cut out for the ultimate universe? Since the ultimate universe is patterned almost on the universe that we live in, is more realistic. It has a more darker undertone to it. It's not cheery. It's not jokey. In the ultimate universe, when a hero or a villain expires, they're gone forever. They're not coming back. I had those books in the ultimate universe where Magneto killed poor Charles Xavier. I had the book where Cyclops was so disgusted and mad with Magneto that he took his optic blast and blew Magneto head off. I had the ultimate book where someone was trying to shoot the Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver, he was quick enough to catch the bullet, but the bullet went through his hand and killed his sister, Wanda Maximoff, a.k.a. the Scarlet Witch. But in that version, the darker version of Marvel Universe, the Ultimate Universe, there is no coming back for the most part. I do know that allegedly Peter Parker came back, but I never kept up with that. I don't know if he could have been a clone in the end. I don't know. But that's the only person who I knew allegedly who came back. But everybody else stayed dead. When the Blob ate the Wasp in the Ultimate books, she stayed dead. When the Hawk slaughtered a great portion of New York City, they didn't have no hands gloved. They wanted to kill him, but since he's not the Hawk, he couldn't be killed. So, like I stated, then Marvel Comics say we need a more seedier, we need a more darker, we need a more gritty Nick Fury to fit that universe. And since most people think African Americans are, quote, tough, they probably said, let's change Nick Fury to an African American so he can seem like a nice tough guy. Because that's my perception. I'm an African American myself, but that's the perception. But I'm not a big African American. I'm not big and tall. I'm sort of slender. But the perception is most African Americans, they big, they strong, they burly. The men. And the women, I think they may say they loud and unruly. But I could be wrong. I'm sorry. I'm just saying what's my perception of how people portray their racial stereotypes of my people. The men big, strong, burly. And so that's how they pattern Nick Fury. Because I would tell you this, they made Nick Fury so powerful. They said, damn, that guy is the first one who was injected with the super soldier serum. See? The Nick Fury, the Caucasian Nick Fury, he just a regular human. So, I'm still wondering, where is Nick Fury? Where is the original Nick Fury? Since I don't read comic books anymore, I don't keep up with him anymore. But since I read the Ultimate Comics, it seems like he don't exist. Since the Avengers movie came out and it got to everybody's mind, Samuel Jackson, that's Nick Fury. The other one has been obliterated. He's gone. He's deceased. Marvel say, hey, we'll wipe him out of our history books. He was a little blip in a Marvel comic. And especially since Marvel did that Secret War things where it combined its alternate realities. I said I don't keep up comics anymore, but I do know a couple years ago, Marvel rewrote their universe where on Earth it's a part of the Ultimate Universe. It's a part of the Spider-Man 2099 universe. It's a part of the Squadron Supreme universe. You get my point. The new Marvel Universe is an amalgamation of various universes. When the new Marvel Comics made that amalgamation, and I did see it in some of those books, they made the Samuel Jackson the dominant Nick Fury. So we have to wave bye so long to the original Nick Fury and all the history he laid within the Marvel Universe. So that's my take, ladies and gentlemen. If you like my little excerpt on what happened to the original Nick Fury, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments to enlighten me, since I haven't read any comic books in the last several years, please let me know what happened to our beloved Nicholas Josph Fury in the comments section. If you're already a subscriber and you would like to be notified immediately when I upload new content, please click on the bell button. In addition, if you found this content appealing and you think other people, comic book readers, movie fans, if you think they will find this appealing, especially the persons who knew about the original Nick Fury, let them know. Let them hear about this. Please share this on Facebook, Twitter, G+, Vimeo, Instagram. Basically, share this on any other social media platform that you love and adore. Thank you for stopping by. Take care and help me find the MIA original Nick Fury from way back when.